Well, hello, beautiful people. I'm here with my two of my favorite people, two of my favorite YouTubers. Oh, I love it.
You're
Hello, how are
our
you guys?
favorite, Paula. You're our favorite.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why we come here to see you every Wednesday. We love you.
Mm,
Oh
thanks so
yeah.
much. I like you so very much, guys. You know that, well, I'll tell you something off air later on because you might have been right about somebody. So, but I'll tell you that later off air.
Oh
Okay.
boy.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Well,
this
you
is
don't have to mention their name. You could just say it.
No.
Andrew's trying to bait you to
You
start.
warned me. You warned me about this person. I just didn't want to listen. But anyways, we're gonna get into this, guys, because what are you guys up to on everything? What are you guys up to on everything? Tell me.
Andrew, you want to go first or should I go
Oh
first?
well, Harry just got a job, even though it's not a job.
Doing what?
No, it's not actually a job. He just called it that, and literally in the headline about the Invictus Center in Abuja, Nigeria, and it literally says Prince Harry's job gives him goosebumps. And then when you actually read the report, he didn't actually get a job. He just opened some kind of center.
He's such a fucking moron. I swear to God. Like that.
Mhm.
I mean, he's really a true idiot. And I've been watching your, I mean, everything. I mean, that you guys have been posting clearly, because I stalk you both. But
Hmm.
I mean, Andrew, you are very kind enough. You're being very kind enough, guys,
Hmm.
because you have to go watch this thing. I mean, you have to. I've told you guys many times, subscribe to Molly and Andrew, right? And but because your video guys are, and I watched the one about the babies, Molly, and I actually wrote to Kensington Palace,
Mhm.
Buckingham Palace, sorry, asking for them to give me a copy of the or information as official information as to who the official doctors who deliver Archie are, because according to protocol, those details have to be made public in order
Girl,
to
they
ensure
won't
that
give
the
you
children
that.
belong in the line of succession. Well,
They
I
won't
sent the
give you
email.
that. I know, but they won't give you that. Let's be honest. They
But
won't
but
give you that.
they should, in
Yeah, but
theory,
they
they should
won't.
be able to.
They won't because remember, Meghan rejected the Queen's royal doctors and went with her own doctors that were super hush hush. So I don't know. I don't.
But even if so, even Catherine didn't use the Queen's doctor. She used her own doctors, but we still know who her medical team was.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
same thing for Princess Margaret, and I mean they've used other doctors.
I
Mhm.
think now more than ever, the no kids whatsoever notion is really hitting with a lot of people.
Yeah.
There
Fact that,
used, yeah,
sorry.
there used to be some people that would say, "Oh, surrogate this and surrogate that." There's a lot more people that I've been seeing in my comments, at least, that they're literally commenting. I used to think that Megan had a surrogate, but now I'm coming around to the fact that they don't exist at all. So this is going to
Well,
be, and
yeah, yeah. You know what? I'm actually doing a video because I wrote to them, and it wasn't, oh, it's because isn't that? No, I said, I'll show the email. I said, this is to Buckingham Palace. I said that according to convention that they're supposed to show that according to the Succession Act, there can be no doubt that those children belong in the line of succession. And even though we understand that medical conditions or medical, situations of course remain private, but the details of the birth of a child who's included in the line of succession cannot be private,
Yeah.
because the public needs to be assured that the child fulfills or meets all the legal requirements. So I do want them to give me to confirm who are the doctors that delivered Archie and where the child was delivered. We don't need to know uh, how wide Megan opened her legs, or whether there were complications, just to verify the name of the doctors who delivered that child and where the child was delivered. Because and then I gave him a list of things. I said, well, the only living witness that we have of that birth is Prince Harry, whose account of the birth does not match, because
Mhm.
and I go on and I said something that if there's medical what's it called, medical malpractice to send a geriatric woman who had complications during the birth 2 hours. They were back 2 hours, because that's what Harry says. Within 2 hours of Archie being born, they were back at Frogmore Cottage, which means that Meghan Markle was released within the hour of
Girl,
giving birth to
anyone
Archie.
anyone who reads any woman who has had a child, any woman who's gone through the process of childbirth, labor, and that's for a first child too, labor and everything, it's not going to be done in 2 hours. The testings that they do on the infant takes more than 2 hours.
Oh yeah.
Like they have to stay and monitor the newborn. Like, what is she? The fact that Harry wrote that nonsense just further proves, I believe myself. I think there is an Archie, but he was born by surrogate. I don't know if there's a Lilibet. I think that maybe there was something with Lilibet and the surrogate, and something fell through, and there never was a Lilibet handed to them. I don't know if there's a Lilibet that actually exists, because there are no records. Nobody can find anything
Yeah,
on
I know that for a fact. I've spent so much money on that.
yourself and some other creators too.
Yeah, Pidina too. Pidina, Bookworm.
Yeah.
We all sent and requested, and we're told that they can't find. Not that they can't give us the records, because of
You're
certain.
trying to tell me a last name like Mountbatten Windsor cannot be found in the records? Then there's
No.
obviously not a child by that name.
But also, that if you give the mother's name, then
Yeah.
in California or in the States, they will show up if she has any children, and then
Yeah.
they can offer you to send you the whatever, if according to what we know, the only child Meghan Markle has ever had is Lily in the United States. They're not going to send us the records of Archie because he wasn't born there.
Yeah.
So when I sent for that, I sent the name of the mother, because I actually, I had a conversation with the lady after I received the email saying that they were going to send me, that they needed, if I could get documents, because the data I gave them did not match. There's no records with that data, right? So they asked me for more records.
The way that even Harry gave that story, like I said, is complete BS. Because any woman who has had an epidural, I can speak to it myself. I've had one myself. You can't even feel anything for like 6 to 8 hours below your waist. I had to have a catheter put in because I couldn't tell. You can't feel anything.
Me too. I had Henry go through.
We're supposed to believe that Meghan Markle not only had an epidural, but Harry also said that it was a complicated delivery. Remember, he claimed that the umbilical cord was stuck around Archie's neck, and he told her to push. I mean, any idiot knows that, number one, if the umbilical cord was around a child's neck being born, you, the husband, would not be giving directions. You would not be telling your wife to push. The doctor would be the one directing and be taking care of this situation. The whole story is BS. The fact that he talks about he was huffing gas, laughing gas in there. I don't know how the rules are in the UK, but from what I heard, that doesn't happen. And they don't have those gas canisters like he was saying that was in the room. And then also on top of that, the whole story just stinks to high hell, and they think that we're stupid enough to believe it. And I'm actually offended by them for thinking that we are all as dumb as Ginger Dimwit to believe that bullshit.
And the thing is that, first, if the baby was overdue, she's a geriatric mother.
Yeah.
The baby has because everything is dramatic. Everything has to be a problem because everything has to be dramatic.
It's like a soap opera. It's like a never-ending Spanish telenova Indian soap opera. It goes on for hours and hours. It's never ending. It's so dramatic. Someone has to die. Someone gets pregnant. Someone's born. It has all of the aspects of a Spanish Indian drama.
Like a Mexican telenovela, like, swear to God. Like, have you seen guys those?
Well, yeah, but hold on. It can't be a telenovela because Meghan Markle doesn't have the talent for acting to even get on a telenovela.
Here we go.
Cheers to that. Yeah. But we're gonna listen to this because we're gonna.
Hey, well, you also heard that Suits spinoff is filming already, right?
Yes. Suits.
Yeah, and no Meghan Markle in that. So there's something else that she said she was going to get the highest paid TV deal in history. $1 million. Yeah, that didn't happen.
$1 million, remember? That she wouldn't work for anything less than $1 million, and that she would like to direct an episode.
Yeah, and they started filming this past week in LA. It's already been announced, and no Meghan Markle. So.
Shocker.
We need a list of all the things that she said she was going to get, and then she didn't actually get. It's probably like in the 20s or 30s.
Oh, I think
what do you mean? She's going to get what?
No, like he's saying we should make a list of her failures, like all the plans that she said she was going to do, but
Like
now never.
Skims and New Balance, and then Audible, and then
And
all
40
these
by
other ones.
40. And now
Jeez.
add American Riviera Orchard to it too, because nothing has transpired from that crap since March, since she showed it off, and it's been steadily losing followers.
Yeah, no, I really believe the report.
You
I think
mean
it was
she
two
can't
days.
afford to keep paying the bots?
No,
I
it's
guess
the
so.
inactivity. Yeah, once your account is inactive, you start losing followers. But I really believe that the report from a couple of days ago, we do know that Tom Quinn is now like the new Omid Scobie, right? So
Yeah.
I believe that what Tom Quinn said, that Meghan Markle was in tears and she was saying, "Why don't people admire my work?" I believe that. I really do, because I think that she thought she was going to put out some shitty jam and we were all going to fawn over her and we were going to say, "Oh my God, Megan put out jam. Wow, that is like newsworthy right there." And then what ended up happening? Everybody was talking shit about it, because why on earth would you start a brand with jam? It doesn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the thing is that the Food Administration, I told you guys, I have my code number that, it's even for me that I don't really cook food, just to export, you need to, and then and the reason why I actually wanted to start this kind of yogurt thing, like frozen yogurt in Miami, and then you could send the fruit cut up and stuff like that, and you have those little carts, that they put in the malls. It is a bitch. It is, because you're handling food. You need to have like this and that, and they need to
Paula, the
certify.
malls don't exist anymore.
Huh?
There's no such thing as malls anymore.
Shopping centers. Shut up. Shopping center. Shopping centers where they have these little nice carts that you go buy and inside, like in the food courts and stuff. They have
Yeah.
sometimes these little carts that you buy like frozen yogurt and stuff. So I wanted to have one of those, and at the Dolphin Mall and in Miami and stuff like that. And my God, because you need to certify the people that are handling the fruit. You need to, I mean, it's so much to be done, and it was frozen, like this is frozen fruit, it's not even cooking.
But do you think that she actually sent out 50, because there was only 10 people? I think she only sent out 10 and faked it that she sent out 50. That's what I think.
She would do something like that. I wouldn't put it past her to like only make 10 jars, but then number them one out of 50 to make it seem like she sent out more. But it's
I
really
absolutely believe it.
backfired. But it's backfired on her, though. It's really looked bad on her if that is what she did. And we're just assuming here.
Well, she helped Charles sell out of the jam for High Grove.
Oh, she definitely did. And let me tell you, if you guys haven't ordered any of the jams or anything, they are so good. They are so good, because I couldn't get the High Grove ones, but I got the Buckingham Palace ones. And I got the orange Seville marmalade and strawberry jam. They're so good. Totally worth it. And
Strawberries.
only like, what, £6? That's it.
That's it. And Meghan
Yeah,
Markle
it
wants to
goes to
send out for
charity.
like $30.
Yeah, she wants to, for liquidy, anemic looking strawberry jam. That looks like gross.
This lady saying here, complacent is complicit. We don't need to know anything about their kids. They're not constitutionally important. They are, because they're in the line of succession.
Yeah.
Harry is 5th and Archie's 6th. He's actually part of the top senior level, the first top
And
6.
Invisibet is number 7. An American, sorry, Paula, was I yelling in your ear just now?
No, this thing is falling, because I haven't adjusted it.
Oh, I thought I started yelling and you said,
No.
Because you're aggressive, Molly. You're
I'm
aggressive.
sorry.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
I'll start talking like a kitty cat. Meow.
But it is, I mean, Molly, it's not as much that we don't need to know. The fact that if they did it with what's it called, with lies and fraud, we do need to know, because then we had 2 actual frauds who committed a crime against the United Kingdom and Commonwealth. I think it's a little bit important.
Girl, it's a clown show. It's a circus already. How the hell do you get an American-born child who has no connections to the British monarchy? Nothing. Like, you weren't like. And you are in line number 7th in the line of succession. An American-born child who's never been seen by nobody in the royal family is within the line of succession. Like, I didn't know we were putting ghosts in the line of succession now. Is that what's happening? I mean, you might as well throw my name in there too while you're at it.
I'm gonna put Henrik there.
Yeah, might as well just add us. Freya had a funny comment about the jam that I caught. She said,
Where is she? Where's Freya?
43, it's a little bit higher up. She said 43% of 50 were sent out, 43% out of the jam.
That's so funny. Where is it? Guys, remember you got so many comments. I should put it slow because I can't read them all. But Freya, good for you. I can't find it, but
it was just so cheeky. It was so cheeky. It was funny.
No, but we'll see. And now they're blaming Nigeria. This is where we're gonna get here. Listen to Andrew's video. So here we go. Let me see. Nigeria fugitive, whatever. Let me see. And we're gonna go back here, and then we go here.
And spin it. He literally cannot spin this crap in their favor, and it is so good. Take this.
Is put their reputations in the hands of the Nigeria Chief of Defence Staff, whose office were the ones who booked it all and arranged it all. So they no doubt might well feel slightly frustrated that they've been put in this position. Air Peace is a major airline in Nigeria and West Africa, and it does fly to Britain. Needless to say, though, they have given Onyema a real gift for life here, because he was photographed and videoed meeting them at the airport in Lagos during what it's been described, including in the pictures on Getty, as an official state welcome. And Onyema and Air Peace have not been shy about using it as a PR moment. So they actually used it on their official Air Peace Twitter account. There's a post on X which shows the photos of the meeting and this video footage. The video footage is watermarked with the Air Peace logo, and underneath they put hashtag royally approved. So I mean, the palace might also actually be quite angry about that too, because it kind of, sounds a little bit like the actual monarchy has approved of this airline. And they won't like the idea that Harry and Meghan can just lend their names to anyone anywhere in the world and create the perception that the British monarchy approves of that person or brand in a way that the palace can't control. But Air Peace also puts it, they put their logo on the video, but they also included at the end, they're kind of like a full screen shot of the logo and the company's slogan, and it kind of looks very much like an advert for Air Peace. So this guy, he's actually still wanted in America. I've been through the public court filings myself. The case is not listed as having been terminated. Obviously, he's not been in America, so it's been going on since 2019, and there's no progress being made on it because he has not ever been arrested or taken to court. But he was indicted by a grand jury, and now he will forever be able to use these pictures to lend himself a level of legitimacy that clearly, at the very least, the US attorney in Georgia does not think that he should have. Obviously, he's innocent until proven guilty, and he has not been convicted, but the indictment does not make for fun reading if you're Harry and Meghan or a fan of theirs.
Or a fan of theirs.
Yeah, you're a fan of theirs, Jack. Fucker.
But I mean, I left the link for you guys to go watch the whole video on Andrew's the thing. But I mean,
Paula, I just sent something to your WhatsApp.
Okay.
Look who traveled on Air Peace with Harry and Meghan. And she even posted a dated photo. So I know she was on the flight with them. So everyone,
this lady you saying?
Yeah. Hello there, gorgeous.
Hello.
Nice to see your face.
Okay, let me upload it. Oh, hot, hottie. I love to see hot man. What I wanted to tell you is, like, what do you make of that? Because they're trying to make it blame the Nigerian Minister of Defense, right?
Yo, they aren't Nigeria. Like, come on. You were talking about elite scammers dealing with bottom feeding scammers, right? If Harry and Meghan are going to try to slam the Nigerian defense now for that, they're going to they better watch themselves, because Nigerians won't stand for that, especially them. And they could crush Harry and Meghan. This woman that you have on the screen, you know who this is?
Isn't that the lady with the sick kid?
This is Peace Odetero. This is H Desires. This is one of the main squatties who travels everywhere to see Harry and Meghan, and she was on the flight with them. She also, with the whole Archewell thing being delinquent, she had posted up a link on her X account, send donations to this new link.
I remember that.
Remember, to circumvent whatever and to bypass whatever was going on with the charity. But they were asking for donations to be sent through there instead. And if you look her up, she actually has like a very dilapidated, trashy dumpster hotel somewhere in one of those countries in Africa there. I forget which one it was. I don't know if it's Nigeria or not, but yeah, it's like a rundown shack that she runs as a hotel. I don't know why Harry and Meghan didn't stay there since she thought.
And also, how does she have money to be traveling around, following them around?
I think, well, number one, I think the Sussex squatties, they do donations and raffle drives for each other. So who knows if she's skimming money off of there, or who knows if Harry and Meghan are actually paying for her, because she did visits on behalf of Harry and Meghan, handing out 100 toiletries to some thing in Nigeria on behalf of Harry and Meghan in Archewell.
No, you know what I think, Molly, with them is I think that's real. I think that they spend all of their money. I think these people really do. Like, that's why they're so invested, because they truly, like, it's not like, with people that make donations to charities, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to give, a little 100 or 200 or 500. No, 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 no. I think that these Sussex people, they genuinely spend thousands and thousands of dollars, and they are really behind this woman in that way financially. And I don't get it. These people are rich. Why on earth would you be support? And you know that they're going to buy the jam.
Though. They're not rich though, because
no, I mean Meghan and Harry are rich.
Oh, okay. Because not even like, I think about 6 months ago, Peace was online on Twitter complaining about how she had to spend money to get her teeth fixed, and she's in her 60s. And she just got the money for braces to finally get straight teeth and stuff. So clearly, and she is front and center at every single Harry and Meghan event. If you look at the photos of when Harry and Meghan showed up to Dusseldorf for the 1 year to go event with Meghan in that ugly halter top dress, Peace is at the very front taking photos, but she's wearing a wig. She's in a different colored wig to kind of hide herself, but she is at every single event. Even in Manchester, she was there. She was even outside with other squatties. It's yeah, they're paying. Harry and Meghan complain about trolls, but they are the ones who feed their own trolls constantly.
I wanted to ask you something. I mean, what do you guys think with this whole debacle that now Rachel, Meghan Markle, and Harry are blaming the Nigerian defensemen? Do you think that they could turn around and demand for a proof of DNA and just
well, they
call
should
it out?
have. They should have done that. Apparently, they wanted to do a DNA genealogy thing, that when Harry and Meghan were there, and Nigerian officials were asking for proof, and Meghan just couldn't bring up the paperwork, which is funny because usually they email you that kind of result, and Meghan, having a cell phone in her hand constantly, would be able to pull it up via email, but she didn't. I mean, I'm just waiting for someone to blow the lid off that this woman is a liar. How many times do we need to say it? She's not 43% Nigerian. She's full of it. I'm just waiting for the media to pick this up and finally put this woman on blast. Had it been anyone else, they would have been canceled by now.
And I want to show you something, Molly, because all the things I put about People Magazine. Now they have since removed the article, which was featured heavily on People Magazine, because it's really funny when you type People Magazine Meghan Markle, they take you directly to a page with a bio of her. They don't have that for anybody else on People Magazine, right? Only for their bio, right? It comes up. So this article was no longer appearing. I had to ask Ron to send me from the time machine, that you guys call them.
Oh, yeah.
Because they literally removed the bloody thing, right?
Yeah.
I'll show you the article. I show you the article here. Where did he send it to me, Ron? I mean, where did you send it to me, Ron? Because I know
Was
he
it the
sent
one where they were trying to pass Eugenie off as Meghan playing with Archie?
exactly. Yep. That's the one, it says all of the never here. You can even but it's even scratched up because I thought I was going insane, when I said I know that because when you got her bio, because the Duchess of Sussex, and then below you got articles. First was the article of the anniversary, and then the never before seen pictures, right? That we're gonna see right now, right? There, let me see her documentary. Here we go. I think this is the one. All never before seen personal photos shared in the new Harry and Meghan docuseries, right?
Yeah.
Archie and Meghan Markle. That's supposed to be Archie and Meghan Markle, right?
Yeah.
Then we have Archie and somebody. Then we have, this is not Archie. I don't know who the hell.
I don't know who the hell that kid is. Who is that? You know
what?
can we talk about that photo for a second?
Look how
They're not
different.
even looking at him. I hate that photo.
Can we talk about this photo for a second? The one with Archie in the bathtub?
If you were to do a line from their eyes, they're not even friggin' looking at him. I hate that photo so much. How can you be so stupid?
Andrew,
he's looking at the little boy's ass, which is very inappropriate.
No, number one, this photo, in my opinion, this little boy has been completely photoshopped in, because what I think is that Harry and Meghan are washing one of the dogs in there. And that's what they're doing. And they superimpose this little child's body like it's reaching out of the tub. Because if you look near the bottom where the tub and the kid's body align, and if you if you zoom in more, you can see that the kid's body ends there. Like it's not attached to the lower half of his body. So
they're looking below the kid. You're right. They're looking below the kid.
Yeah. But like the kid's body kind of ends there.
Like so as though the kid is here, right?
Yeah, like is he just floating? Is the kid just float? And number one, a kid that age would not be able to stand in a tub like that. He would fall and smash his face on the side of that tub. It's not even safe. It's not even child-proofed.
But it's true, Molly. Where he's looking is way below, like as though the baby's
even Meghan's eyes. It's like they're washing one of the dogs in there. That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah.
And this is a doll. Okay. You cannot tell me anything. This is a doll. Who the hell lies? Okay. Look at the way she's holding this newborn child. Like she has it sitting up on its bum. That's a doll she's holding. You cannot tell me otherwise. It's a doll.
Yeah. And this is supposed to be Harry feeding this kid.
Go back to that. No. Go back to that. I want to point out something. Harry is feeding a kid with an empty bowl. There's no food in the bowl.
And he's also looking here. His eyes are here. They're not over the baby.
Yeah. He's like pretend. And number one, you don't put a seat on top of a chair and balance it. Right?
Yeah, that's I hadn't seen that.
Yeah.
That is so. I hadn't picked on the food. There's an empty plate.
This is why you're scrolling by.
Andrew, you're so right. And there's something like there matches there.
Yeah, and of course, at the very below the matches, there's a picture frame of photos of Meghan in there.
And who is this here? I can't quite see it.
Maybe it's Trevor and her, an old photo, and she just.
But that's so true. There's no food there. It's
no food. That's a doll he's got to be feeding. Number one.
Yeah, look at Meghan Markle. The belly looks so different. Watch that belly, guys, because we're gonna look at a different belly later on. But
I've never seen a belly grow out of your ribs before.
This is supposed to be that jailbird Doria.
You know that doll that Doria is holding is the same doll that was presented as the newborn with the cap on. Did you know that?
Yeah, I do know that. Yeah. But look at this. Harry wants us to believe that this is Meghan Markle. As soon as they got they were back to Frogmore Cottage within 2 hours of Meghan Markle having given birth to Archie. So this woman, and we have to take into consideration that it's 45 to 50 minutes, just the drive, without considering that she's discharged, all the paperwork and stuff like that. So within 40 minutes of Meghan Markle with an epidural, having given birth to a baby, which was complicated because by his own admission it was complicated. She's sitting up. Guys, I'm very athletic. I had an epidural. I couldn't feel my legs, and Henrik was born around 2, and I started feeling my legs around 7 p.m. when the doctor came in. Then they started pinching my feet to see if I felt something, and I started to feel something. So this woman just gave birth an hour ago, literally, and she's sitting there with an epidural.
And go back. Look how tight her pants are. Look at how skin tight her pants are.
And I'm going to tell you something. A baby who goes through the vaginal birth, the head is almost deformed because they go through the canal. You know what I mean? And they're purple.
Yeah.
Henrik wasn't like that because he was born via C-section. But there's a huge difference. My girlfriends that have had babies, vaginally, that the baby go through the canal. They're a bit like purple. The head sometimes comes misshapen and stuff like that. This baby looks like he was born via C-section or wasn't born there, or is adult.
And why wasn't Doria at the birth? And wouldn't any girl want their mother there when they're giving birth? Wouldn't any woman want their mother there? I would want, like, my mom was there. I didn't want her to leave my side at all. Like, when I was giving birth, I didn't even want my partner there. He was more of a headache. I wanted my mom there. I think most women are like that. They want their mothers there, not their partners, because the partner's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, Henrik had to be born on his own because I didn't want my then husband, because he was crying all the time, and the doctor said I don't need 2 patients in the room, right?
Oh
and
my goodness.
The side of blood, so he would have fainted, so they would have had to take care of him, and he was given the option, and he said, no, I'm good. And then my mom, there were riots throughout the city, so my mom couldn't get there on time. But look, this is supposed to be Archie. That kid doesn't look like anything, but this is this look.
Yeah.
And I mean, unless I'm an imbecile.
No.
Archie, Andrew, can you read what it says here?
Andrew's dropped out. It says Archie and Meghan Markle.
Where's Andrew?
I don't know. Maybe his connection dropped out. I don't know. It's okay.
Okay, let's go here. Here we go. This is supposed to be, it says here. What does it say here?
Mom and son take a dip in the Pacific. Everyone knows that's not. Anyone who's watched the Netflix garbage knows that isn't Meghan. They know it's Eugenie. I mean, the fact that they're even trying to pass it off as Meghan, it's not Meghan. Meghan wishes she had shapely legs like Eugenie. She doesn't.
And also there's in the Netflix thing, because this is from the Netflix, Harry's bicycling with Eugenie, and she's wearing that shirt and that hat.
Oh, Paul, where's Andrew's waiting for you to add him?
Oh, where is he? Oh, there you go. Gorgeous.
I was here for like 10 minutes.
I didn't see you.
Sorry, Andrew.
Sorry. But Andrew, did you see this, Andrew? Did you see this, sweetie? Did you see this?
Yeah, crap? Yeah. That was my original notion, is that Archie is Eugenie's and Lily is Stassi Schroeder's. I've been there since the beginning.
And you know what's really funny here? And then we go here. This is really bad. Archie and Meghan Markle. Well, Meghan gets some help in the kitchen from a cute sous chef, Archie. Can somebody, for the love of God, tell me who is this?
How old is that child supposed to be in that photo?
3 at the most.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I guess, yeah.
No, no, he was supposed to be 2. Remember, because he arrived there as a toddler. And this is the Netflix thing was filmed in 2021, and they aired it in 2022, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, that doesn't make any sense to me. Like with me, like y'all were talking earlier, is I was there with my ex-wife, and we were there all night. Because my son, they had to do tests on him. They had to make sure he was okay, and then also we were waiting for them to release her as well. So we got there like at 11 o'clock in the morning. We left the next morning like at 10 o'clock in the morning. So to think that this woman is going to do that in an hour, I mean, I'm a guy, and even I say that's full of shit.
Yeah, but this is Ashley.
Yeah, that's Ashley.
Sadie, shut up. But like, why do they do that? Why do they do that?
Because they can. They know that there's going to be people out there that will defend them. That's why.
But how can you can't defend this shit? This is fraud. This is a lie. This is a lie, Andy.
Yeah, but they
This
do
is
it
a
every
lie.
day
This is
online. They
Margaret
do it
Meghan
every
Markle.
single day. You see these people online that believe that these children are theirs. And hey, mate, you know what? Fine. The percentage that they are, okay, fine. Then they're your kids. That still doesn't explain why we've had 20 plus vacations in the last 16 months and you haven't taken your children with you. That doesn't explain that to me, to two people that are labeled doting, loving parents.
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
This is Lily and Meghan Markle, by the way,
Look
supposedly.
at that doll. Look at that doll. Like, anyone who believes that these are real, like, get out of here. Get out of here.
You know, petite Lily. Why so pretentious in French? Why not? Hey, Lily, you rock. And these are Harry and Meghan Markle with Lily, of course. Archie is nowhere in place around. You know, this is Lily again. You know, like much later. This is from, and this is the birthday with that couch. That apparently that's the traveling couch because
When
she
I
had.
when I saw that photo, I said to myself, that child is looking at his real parents.
What do you mean?
Like, do you
Like
see
this
where
one.
he's looking off into the side? Okay, his real mom is over there. And he's like, what am I doing sitting here, mom? Can you come pick me up? Like, I don't like sitting here with these weird ass people.
And I'm going to show you something, guys. That's going to blow your bloody minds away. You know, and I'm going to show it to you. Guess who that is?
Jack.
And this kid.
August. And look, they look so similar.
No,
And
no, I had people in my
biracial.
comments when I wrote that piece. I wrote a piece on that, and they were like, "Well, cousins look identical too." I'm like, "Okay, fine then. Get the fuck out of here."
That's
They
like
look like that's what I titled the piece. I titled the piece. It's literally the same child. And that's what they told me in the comments. No, well, cousins, they're identical sometimes too. Okay, fine. Fucking
I mean, the
moron.
ears, everything, even the ears. The ears are like you know, like fingerprints.
Fingerprint. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, it's literally you replace it with the other. You know, this is Jack Brookspan playing with his son at the beach. And then we have Harry there, you know, like I just wish people would. I mean, why do you think they're gaslighting? And I do believe that
Because
Eugenie
there's
knows.
too many people
Eugenie
involved.
knows.
There's the conspiracy is too big. There's too many people involved. There's too many people that would have had to been complicit with it. So once the scandal does break, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be judged because they not only they allowed it, they played along. You see, so I mean, I've gotten in my comments many times about the conspiracy, and when it comes to that, you know, unfortunately, some people don't like to hear this, but when it comes to complicit, it looks like the royal family may have been, if this scandal ever breaks, if that ever happens, you know, what are they going to, what are the headlines going to say? Did the royal family know? Did the royal family allow this? That's what the headlines are going to say.
Of course they allowed it. They're complicit when you give two phantom children titles and list them as prince and princess and keep giving in to everything when you know it's a bullshit fraud. Of course.
Yeah,
Of course
but
they're complicit.
the
People are
problem for
texting
me,
us
the
for
problem for
things.
me is so many people that will defend them. You know, like
I know.
either that, or I think, you know, something else. I think that people don't want it to be that easy. I think there could be that where people don't want it to be such a simple thing as, oh, Eugenie lent her child to Meghan, because that's simple. It's a simple, you know, snap thing that we figured it out right away. People want this to be a scandal. They want it to be complicated with layers like an onion. And it's like, no, dude, this woman is a con artist and she conned everybody right in front of their faces.
I wonder if not only did she con, but I think that she gets people to go along with her grift to make them complicit. That's what narcissistic
Yeah.
or, you know, con
Yeah.
artists do. And once you get somebody to be complicit on one of the things, and the lie is such a magnitude so big that the person, this is something that they should have called out a long time ago. And I saw something that you posted, Molly, that you have there on your X, which is really interesting. I want us to look at this because this is really, really interesting, Molly. This is Emily Andrews. Who is she?
She's a royal reporter.
And this is for reals, right? People
Yeah.
should know that.
Yeah.
And there's, what does it say here? Because I don't, it's too small for me to read.
She basically, oh, Archie's thing. It says the Queen and the royal family are delighted at the news that Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Sussex was safely delivered of a son at 5:26 a.m. today. Her Royal Highness and her child are both doing well. And no signatures, nothing. And then the thing is that the press was led to believe that the child or whatever was born at Frogmore. But then they're saying then they were told that, oh, he was born at the London hospital at the Portland instead. I mean, Harry and
You know
Meghan.
what that means, right? That means that the bodyguard, that the royal protection officer violated security protocols by not reporting to the queen, to the monarch, that they were where they were going on their way to deliver the child. Because if he didn't report it to the monarch nor his superior, how did they secure the area where Meghan Markle was going to be delivering the child? And he has violated one of the most they do safe security things that they have to do is they notify Buckingham Palace and they notify superior so they can arrange a whole security protocol around the hospital and everything else, right? So this guy means that the royal police protection officers lied to the queen and to their security and to Ravik. That's what they want us to believe.
Mm-hmm. And Harry wants the same Ravik to protect him. The same one that he won't be honest with and lies to and puts himself in dangerous situations.
I mean, and did you, I don't know if you heard this, Andrew. What do you guys think of this? I talked about it with Ron. There was a story that broke in April. Very small, put it in the back almost of the paper that you couldn't barely see. Apparently, one of Charles' aides, but not even a big aide, is a worker of Buckingham Palace, right? He managed to get past all of his staff, his private secretary and everything. And when he just got up one day, wrote a letter, got up to Charles. Charles signed it without looking, and that's it. And the thing was because usually all the positions at Buckingham Palace, they have to be advertised because those are subsidized by the UK taxpayers, right? Everybody who works for that there. So those positions have to be announced, published, and people can apply. Well, this guy wanted to one of his buddies to take that position, and apparently he went up to Charles. Charles didn't look at the paper, signed it, and then the guy was found out later, and then they said, oh, Charles didn't know that he had signed that because he managed this person who works at Buckingham Palace, who's not even at the top tier, simply went to Charles and, here, buddy, just sign this, don't look at it, and then take off. I mean, do you buy that? I mean, because that will mean that the head of state of the United Kingdom is signing documents right, left, and center without even looking at what they are.
Sloppy.
Maybe.
Wasn't that guy found
Maybe.
deceased in a park?
Yeah.
That's the same guy you're talking about?
Yeah. So, but I mean, Andrew, can you believe it if a president just, let's say that one of the guys at the doorman comes up to the, okay, I know we're talking about Joe Biden, but let's say
I don't even know if the president knows what he's signing right now.
No, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Right?
Yeah. No, what you're saying is that Charles wasn't paying attention. But if I was to say anything towards that, I'd be like, well, the guy's probably signing 300 things per day. You can't read everything. But as far as that goes, did that courtier or did that worker get fired at least? I mean, that sounds like illegal.
But the thing is though that the guy got the monarch on his own.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is that's
Well,
do I think Charles would do that? Yeah,
he-
sure. I mean, when you're a busy person, it's like, oh, you have to sign this. Oh, yeah, okay, here, get the fuck away
This
from
is
me.
not his private secretary nor anything. These are not papers that come there. He didn't read them. But what if the guy had asked him to sign over a power of attorney where he withdraws his 620 million pounds that he just got?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Charles should have been smarter, but we know Charles isn't that bright, is he?
Or he was, you know what? I think he went along with it. And when he was found out, he said, oh, I didn't know what I was signing.
that could be a possibility too. That
Because
could
he
be a
knows his
possibility.
buddy, yeah, of course. And then when it was found out, they just, because as usual, they blame the employees, like Michael Fawcett.
Yeah.
Oh, the king didn't know anything.
Yeah.
4 times he was caught, the king didn't know anything. Charles didn't know anything. But I mean, what do you make of this thing about Nigeria and Meghan? This is a horrible picture. This is really terrible. You see this one, Andrew?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
God, Harry, you fool. That's all I think when I look at this. Like, you gave all of that up to walk behind a blowjob actress. Like, really?
Well, there was Angela Levin that just came out. I think it was yesterday or the day before. She said that Harry is a spare, in his marriage. And
Yeah.
when you look at that photo there, there's only a couple of possibilities, right? Either number one, he's in on it. He's down. He's totally cool with this woman owning his life, taking over everything, making the Invictus Games about her, making the Nigeria trip about her. He's totally cool with it. Or he's not all there and he doesn't get it.
Does he have a choice?
No, well, that as well, or there are the other possibilities like we've talked about with she has something on him, so he just has to go with everything, gay sex or something. But it all depends what the thing is. But for me, if you were to look at it from a non-conspiratorial, a non-conspiratorial way, I would say that he is a timid man that likes having this woman control his life. And like I said, that's non-conspiratorial. I would also agree with the she has videos on him, so he just goes along with everything. I could agree with that as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I think so too, and I don't know about you guys, what you think. I have a cousin, but when he was in pretty bad shape, but he's always been a nice guy. Okay, the problem was that he was really an alcoholic. He started drinking when he was very young. We didn't know about it, and then when he got to the teens and stuff like that, he was a full-blown alcoholic. And then he married this woman. She was a piece of work. And when we tried to get him sober, she always kept him drunk. We didn't, she's always buying booze. And I remember we'd go there and we said, why are you buying booze? Like, help him. Because when he started sobering up, they got into a fight and then he moved back with my uncle, right? And we were looking after him. He started sobering up and then he didn't like her very much anymore. So her idea was to keep him drunk because when he wasn't, I'm not giving Harry a pass. He's an idiot. He's a nasty, nasty idiot. But if we look back at by his own admission, and I know he says so many lies, but he said that when he went to meet Meghan for the first date, he was already drunk and a little bit high. Then they did what they did on July 1st.
He said that?
Yeah, they did what they did. He screwed her brains. He screwed her brains on July 1st because she dragged him through Soho House. Remember, Molly? And she had the suitcases around. And then he was surprised how well she knew how to maneuver within Soho House. That should have been a big red alert. And then and then he went back after the date and he says that he goes back and he was with this buddy of his, right? And they were doing shots of tequila and doing more joints, And then Mega FaceTimed him. And then he goes, oh, shoot, she didn't just call. She FaceTimed me. And he was completely shit, because he was wasted and high and stuff like that. And then they set up the second date for the next day. So I wonder and I ask you this, guys, because Andrew, that because Harry's on a visa, even though marijuana, I'm going to say marijuana is legal in California, he can't get it or anything because he's an immigrant. So he has to follow federal law, not state law. So who do you think is providing the drugs for him? People have to ask these questions.
Doria and Marcus Anderson, obviously. Those are the only two that are allowed around him, right? Who else is allowed to be around Harry? No one. It's always Greasy Marcus and Cell Block 6 Doria with her ganja.
I think that Molly is so it's so telling of something that's not the truth. The fact that Meghan Markle has this Marcus guy around,
Yeah.
That is not okay. That wouldn't be okay in a marriage. All right.
Yeah.
You know, in a normal marriage, then you have this guy around. It's almost like he's like the third in the relationship. And that right there is what gives it away to me. For some reason, that it's not like there was that one photo from I think it was from the Beyonce, was it the Beyonce concert or the hockey game? And they were all three of them were there. And then I saw another photo where I believe it was South by Southwest where Harry was literally sitting right next to Marcus. And
Mhm.
I'm thinking to myself, what the hell is this man? Obviously, her pimp. What is that man doing there, anywhere near these people?
Keeping an eye
Unless,
on Harry and keeping a short leash on him.
yeah, and that's why when you look at that aspect in normal marriages, that wouldn't happen, and that's how you know this isn't a normal marriage. There's really something going on.
And he was with them for Valentine's, and where was it, British Columbia or Vancouver, Molly? Whether they went to that romantic dinner, he was there with them.
Yeah, they were there. He sure was. Yeah.
I mean, and he was in the 6th wedding anniversary dinner at Lucky's too. It wasn't just the Paramount guy; it was Marcus as well.
Did Meghan and Harry crash that dinner with Tracy and her husband, or were they there all together?
I read someone
we're all
saying
together.
that. I didn't think so because they were inside. If you looked at the way they were seated from the photos I saw, they were like inside the booth or the tables or whatever. So I don't know if they crashed it that way.
I
But
always
they
feel
were
bad.
together.
I always feel bad for Harry whenever I see him in these settings, because even at like a dinner setting, do you see how Meghan keeps Harry away from the men? He sat far away on the outside, and she's the one, like, he can't have any kind of discussion or like if any kind of reaction with any guy. He can't have that. No connections, nothing.
Yeah.
She keeps Marcus around him to keep him drunk or high or whatever, so that they can keep using him.
It is kind of like it reminds me a little bit of the King of Spain, where Leticia, the Queen of Spain, basically isolated him from all his friends. She made sure that he fought with all his family, and the only person, oddly enough, who was allowed even living and at the palace, the Spanish palace, is her mother. So King Felipe basically was out with all his sisters that they've always been close to, even with his father, with his mother, who's a lovely lady, his cousins. I mean, she completely isolated him. The only person he was literally hanging around with was Leticia's mom. And it's something incredible. And I'm not making an excuse for this asshole that Harry is. He's a complete asshole, even way before. But clearly, being high, as per his own words, one of the things that in the book he said that while Meghan slept with the baby, he was rolling a joint at Tyler Perry's house.
Yeah.
That's part of the book, right? I'm not crazy.
And you know what's crazy is that it's any immigrant, like any person who was a guest in the country, if they had said that, they would have been sent out of the country right away.
Oh yeah, immediately. Because people say, well, Justin Bieber, but Justin Bieber never went on a tour talking about it openly. He has never come out and said, I do drugs. He doesn't. If he gets caught, that's a different story. But they tried, at least they do the pretense of, not boasting about it, because Harry is even recommending what kind of drugs are better for teenagers, for vulnerable teenagers,
The fact that I'm completely disgusted. I don't know if you saw that video that I made about Harry being super touchy, and that one instance in Nigeria where
can you show it a little bit? Because I showed it. We showed it yesterday at Ron's. Can I show it here?
I have the footage. If you scroll down a bit further down the actual like Nigeria one that I'm talking about, you can show it.
I watched it. And we watched it yesterday. And Ron's, we do the news flash, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What is it that you see that you said? What is it that you see here?
We figured it out eventually, but do you see that little thing that's sticking out on Meghan there, right above her pubic bone? It looks like a little penis.
Oh, this one. Oh my God.
You know what it is? We figured out what it is. No, it's her mons pubis. It's that hard pubic bone right above your vagine, because she's lost so much weight. Because she's lost so much weight, it sticks out now. So you can see it, because if you look, her hip bones, you can see her hip bones on the side.
What is this thing? That's the stomach.
That's her belly button. Yeah, that's her belly button. That's her little kangaroo pouch. And then that's her mons pubis.
But
And
then she has huge breasts, which we know she doesn't.
padded. They're padded, right? Because we all saw she's flatter than a board, right? We all saw
Yeah.
that.
That's this. And
Yeah,
that's
and
a
why
shame
does
for
Harry look like
'cause
Colonel
Harry likes to grab
Sanders?
titties.
Harry does look like Colonel Sanders. She has Harry dressing like a Colonel
He,
Sanders. He looks
he
like
looks
a
like Colonel Sanders,
colonizer.
literally.
Like you got your husband dressed like a colonizer in Nigeria.
It's terrible, isn't it? You know, like, and he's such a, oh my God, my ovaries almost exploded when I saw this picture.
I know, right? He's so handsome.
Yeah.
So handsome. Oh,
Yeah.
wait. I got to go change my panties now.
And this is the thing. This is the thing I want to ask you. What is Meghan? I mean, such Photoshop the hell out of her, you know, here,
These
the
are
eyes, the mouth.
fans, man. These are
Huh?
her fans. Her fans like to Photoshop the like crap out of her face. But I just had to remind them what she actually looks like. Kaboom!
And the funny thing is, I don't know if you know this. Today, this morning, when I was doing the Royal News Flash, Ron brought this lady who is a Sussex fan, right?
Okay.
And then she kept going on saying, well, we have to start with something that we can all agree on, and is that she's very beautiful. And I'm like, no,
She
because
said that?
and then I showed, yes. And then I showed her a picture of what Meghan Markle actually looks like without plastic surgeries, without Botox. Remember that photo from the Navy SEAL thing?
Yeah.
That they actually even bullied that poor woman who's a Sussex squad to begin with, and she was shocked how much she was bullied simply because she uploaded that picture of Meghan Markle where she
I
looked
remember.
like herself, right?
Yeah, I remember.
And then she goes, and I said, this is a woman who's this. She's like Kylie Jenner. I mean, if you look at how Kylie Jenner looked before and how she looks now, you can say that she's beautiful, but that's not real because that's not her real face, you know. And
Paula, there's a saying, nobody's ugly, you're just broke.
yeah, you're just bored. There's no
That whole
there's not many
family, yeah,
people on the
that
floor.
entire family.
Can we talk about, did Meghan get her teeth redone to look more like Catherine's teeth? Because these teeth that she has are huge for her mouth.
Yeah, that I was gonna say that, yes. And also the shape is different. They look like more like Catherine's, the shape, you know, because before she had the incisors were longer.
Yeah.
Now they're starting to look like Princess Catherine's teeth.
I don't know. Whatever she's doing, she's looking more horsey by the day. It's giving horse.
I'm gonna ask you, is this a real thing? Because I saw
Yes,
footage.
it's real. It's real. I found the original Instagram page that posted it. If you want, I'll send you the photo.
Because
Yes,
I
it's
didn't
real.
see on the videos because you know she had the videos and stuff where
Yeah.
she's sitting down. This guy wasn't there, and I saw the videos even when she went moved from the table and went there. I didn't see anybody there.
Here, I've got the I'll send it to your WhatsApp, okay?
Yes, please, because I was like, that's not because I looked at the videos.
There you go. You can
Okay,
there you go. There.
you
Yeah.
send it to me. Me lo mandaste. Did you send it to me? Sí, aquí está.
Nice.
Okay, this is original, right? That you're
Yeah.
saying this is original.
Mhm.
But what is her bodyguard doing there? Okay, we're gonna put it up. But you know, are you sure? Because I looked, you know how they have the footage of her going in, and then when she gets up to walk up there, he's not there.
He
You know,
was
and he's a big guy.
There was one of the photos, the doctor lady that was sitting beside Meghan.
Yeah.
She had posted a photo and there was a video footage. And when she was panning it around the room, you caught a quick clip of him. Like it was really quick.
Let me see. I'm trying to
But here's
download
the original.
Wait, let me download the picture, and I'm gonna show you this.
You know
I'm
me.
sorry.
I always give the originals.
No, here it is. Here it is. It's just I am trying. You
Because
know,
a lot of squatties are in my comments there saying that it's photoshopped, it's a fake photo, it's not real, or I made it up. I'm like, I don't have time for that shit, right? But this is the original. That's whose Instagram page it was posted on.
and this is her bodyguard, right?
That's another one, yeah.
That's the one from LA. That's her lover, right? That's the one who's pumping her,
She had
right?
she had multiple bodyguards, which is like, I don't like, are you stupid? You're in a private room. All of these people have probably been vetted. These women that are in the room have a lot more money than Meghan Markle does. They're a lot more educated than Meghan Markle. And she is only there as the Duchess of Sussex. I mean, I don't know. This, like, you look so stupid needing 2 bodyguards standing beside you or behind you in a room when you're there in a private capacity.
It's a
It's a
I
status
just don't
symbol.
understand this. This is really, really terrible. I'm gonna do a
It's a
fucking video.
Nigerian assigned bodyguard because apparently the guy from Air Peace also supplied them with guards there too.
Oh, they want to know what's with the eyebrows. I mean, what is he doing this woman to her face, you know?
God, who the hell knows what she's doing? You would think if this is what thriving looks like, I don't want it. I definitely don't want it.
But do you think there's going to be a fallout with Nigeria? Because if she goes with this through with Nigeria and they start, because we already had Jack Royston coming and he said, right,
Yeah. Well,
that
she keeps blaming Nigeria. We all know Harry and Meghan can't take accountability. That's their main problem. They can't be accountable for anything. It's always someone else's fault. And I don't think Nigerians are the ones to be screwing around with and blaming things on.
Yeah, but I would agree with that. But the thing is, the Nigerians are so corrupt over there. They're happy that 2 rich celebrities went to go see them, even if they're not celebrities. I think that that's what you're looking at, and that's why they were all so happy. Because when you looked at the people she was actually around, right? Was she around any broke people?
No, not at all.
No way. And you saw the way that those people dressed at those little events that she was at. And those are rich people. That's
Yeah.
who they are. So they love that shit. They love it that, oh, a celebrity's going to come and we're going to be able to get dressed up and we're going to be seen by the world. And I read a report, I forgot which one it was, but it literally said that they appreciated Meghan and Harry bringing more eyes to Nigeria. That's literally what it said. And it's believable because that's how those people are over there.
I think those people, Andrew, I think in a way those people were more excited about the whole Prince Harry connection. It's not Meghan Markle. It's more, oh, Prince Harry is the actual royal. And this way, Nigerians can be like, oh, well, we've talked to Prince Harry and they can use it to boost their business and their brand now. Because the guy that owns the Fraser Island hotels that they stayed at, as opposed to staying at the Marriott, they wanted to stay at the more expensive place. He is going around Nigeria saying, I hosted Harry and Meghan in my hotel. I hosted the royal prince and his wife in my hotel. So they're basically just using Harry and Meghan for a comeuppance too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
and then saying that they has the royal seal of approval with links to the royal family.
Do
And
you
this is-
remember
this is
when
really-
Harry and Meghan when they first went to Montecito and we heard stories that Meghan was calling around trying to give restaurants royal warrants and things like that? And a restaurant in Montecito had actually called back to the palace
Are you
to,
kidding? I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
you didn't hear about that? Yeah.
No.
A restaurant in Montecito had called the palace to ask for confirmation if they were getting a royal warrant, which then they found out that Meghan Markle was calling around to restaurants saying that if you host us or trying to wheel and deal freebies and that they would get a royal warrant on behalf of them.
But she can't. Only.
So let's talk about this. Because
This is really
people,
uncomfortable to watch it. I actually, do you have the video of
trigger
the little
warning
girl?
here.
Right?
Pardon? Sorry, I didn't catch
Do you
you.
have the video, the whole video of the little girl where Meghan Markle and Misan Harriman behind are trying to push this little girl into with Meghan Markle?
I think I have it like posted a little bit lower down.
Okay, but talk about this one. Talk about this one.
Okay, I made the video and I had to just point out how Harry is very inappropriate with his hands and he needs to learn. And he needs to learn to keep his goddamn hands to himself. Can you take the comment down so we can see it completely, please?
I did.
It's still up on the screen, isn't it? Ginger.
Sure. Oh, the comment. Yeah. Sorry about that.
Okay, so this, you would expect that a father knows how to place his hands or to watch his hands when it comes to children. And me having a young child, I usually put my hands around like a child's waist or something, right? Harry goes and touches this little girl on her chest. And some people in my comments when I posted this and made the video about it, they're saying, no, well, Harry's touching the little girl's arms. You see where Harry's hands literally touch this little girl on the chest and goes full on titty grab on another guy. I don't care what you want to say, but Prince Harry is a predator.
Yeah,
Who's been going
absolutely.
around and molesting people and hasn't been called out on it because he is Prince Harry. This is bad. Anyone else would have caught a case.
And you know what is worse? That he should be attuned that the little girl is horrified. All these adults yelling and screaming at her, urging her to do something that she's clearly uncomfortable with. And then he's lingering along her little arm. And you would think that he's attuned to that. You know, like he can see and sense the little girl's uncomfortable and say, no, don't worry. You know, I'm not going to touch your little body. I will respect it.
Yeah. Just don't even touch them. How about that? Give them space. Be respectful of their personal space. You see how when Catherine interacts with children, she doesn't go and like plops herself all over them because she has real children. She knows that kids do not like that. Give them the respectable space, introduce yourself, and see if they come to you.
She does.
Yes, like that.
Yeah, and they always hug her. She always waits for them to hug her because she usually shakes their hands. You know, she usually shakes their hand or high fives. But usually when they come and hug her, then she hugs them back. But always like this, you know, it's not like, eh.
Yeah. Harry and Meghan, like, they need to keep their hands to themselves, man. It's gross.
Diddy's mate. Diddy's mate.
I believe it.
I mean, what do you make of all of this, Andrew? I mean, this fucking loser. I swear to God.
That was the third time we've seen Harry grab a man in the chest. I actually did a video on that, and then it got censored by YouTube. Yeah. And we saw him do it. There was actually another instance there in Nigeria where he was touching a man's nipples, and you literally saw him pinching them like that. Yeah. And then there was that other video in Dusseldorf where he was also pinching a man's nipples again. And the problem is that, you know, there was some people trying to defend that. Oh, well, you know, he was in the military, so it's like bro stuff, you know, like the way that bros act kind of gay sometimes.
No.
And the problem with that is the way that he looks while he's doing it. Like it's enjoyment that he has on his face, some kind of sexual gratification. And if I was to tell Harry something, I would be like, hey, bro, just come out. It's the 21st century, man. You know, people would probably applaud you for being the gay prince. It's okay.
He'd probably be a lot more popular if he did.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He'd be hugely popular.
Yeah.
I mean, can you blame him that he's touching men's breasts because he has more meat to touch than Meghan Markle here? I mean, what? And you know what really bothers me? How they trash Catherine. Oh, that bony woman, you know, she has this eating disorders. Now that they have their leader, the leader of their cult, they're all very quiet about this little miss.
Skeletor.
Huh?
He looks like Skeletor.
Looks bad.
Does she not?
And then they asked me last week on the live, are you attracted to Meghan Markle? No, look right there.
I mean, if you think fucking a bunch of plywood is sexy, go for it. You like splinters? You want splinters in your wiener?
I don't think they even do it anymore, you know, and it's so funny. But look at this. And then she has, boobs. And look at her black facing. You know, why is she black facing? I don't understand. And then there, you know that the boobs are supposed to be here, right? So this is supposed to be up where the boobs are.
Yeah.
But because she has none, and she also puts them all the way low because she has nothing. But this little tip is what's supposed to make you look like your boob.
The size is too big and she wants to make it more provocative and sexy. But there are some clips that I caught that I don't know if I want to do a video on it because I don't want people to throw up all over the place. But when she's walking on the polo field, you can literally see through her entire dress because of the sun, right? And the fabric is so sheer and she's not wearing any undergarments. Like, obviously, she never learned about proper undergarments. You can see through the entire thing. And if you look at the original photos, you can actually see her areolas through the dress. I mean, can you imagine being in that country and sitting there looking like a cheap escort that just got screwed and is showing up to like an event? Like, that's really what she looks like.
And look at the big boobs and the hair. The hair looks all oily, greasy, messy.
She probably didn't wash her hair the whole time she was there. Let's be honest. The hair
Wasn't
didn't
it
get
wasn't it you, Molly, that made that post about people that around her smelling her?
I think it was someone else who pointed
yeah,
out
it's funny.
that
That's
everyone
funny.
around her always looks like the smells around her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I like that.
I
This
saw
is where
that
it's
post.
very touchy, right? This is the one.
Yeah, that's the one. You can play it.
Let's look at that. Yeah, yeah. Let me see. It took me to another window, so let me get that there. And I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, it's a wig. We keep saying her hair. She didn't wash her hair.
I've also mentioned Harry has never progressed past the age of 12 due to his immature behavior and how he acts around others. We have always been led to think Prince Harry was the fun, outgoing rebel prince who was adored by the public. The public also had a soft spot for him, because they always reverted back to when the nearly 40-year-old man was a 12-year-old and had to walk behind his mother's coffin. Let us not forget, Prince William was 15 at the time and walked behind Diana's coffin also, but Harry got away with more because he was the younger one. So that excused some of Harry's strange behaviors and actions that, had it been anyone else, well, I'm sure you would have caught a case. Besides being the dimwit that he is, he has now been downgraded from being a loved member of the royal family to a pathetic, creepy loser who does questionable things around men while following his wife around like a dog looking for acceptance. As I mentioned, we have seen Harry do some questionable things, like this moment during the Invictus Games in Dusseldorf when Harry tugged on the beard of a Team Canada fan. Harry is nearly 40 years old and has no clue what boundaries are. Who reaches out and just tugs on another man's beard? Harry might as well have grabbed his eggplant and balls, since he probably misses his own. But what about these moments? I don't know any grown man who goes around violating others by touching them inappropriately. Here at an Invictus event, this captain lifts his shirt to show Harry his tattoo, and that little prick goes in for a titty twister. Who does that? Seriously. Then, when Harry was in Singapore, where they have the strictest laws and rules, that didn't stop Harry from going after this.
And look at the man. The man
man's
covers
chest
himself.
in
I'm just
front
want to
of
point
a
that
fleet
out.
of
You know,
photographers.
did you see how he the guy goes and look. I'm gonna play it here. But look how he covers himself. See, he doesn't like it.
Yeah.
You know,
man's chest
see, he's saying
in
no.
front of a
You know,
fleet
covering
of
himself.
photographers.
Look how he grabs
Harry
his arm,
clearly can't
saying
keep
no.
his hands to himself, especially when around male counterparts. Then, when in Nigeria, Harry not only touches one of the individuals who is playing sit volleyball and touches their chest inappropriately, as you can see in this clip.
I was shocked.
Once
I
again,
mean, this is
touches
something.
another
I'm sorry. That is really bad. I mean, you can you imagine, Andrew? You can literally not lift your arms
It's
or
gay.
feet away from Harry because he will. I mean, that was instant. That was actually very spontaneous, Molly. I've been laughing about that for a while now.
The thing is, when you watch that, you see Harry is like paying attention to the guy's titties. Like, he is focused on wanting to touch it because he looks back quickly and he's like focused on boobs, like his nipples instead.
Can you imagine the temptation
in this clip?
And you know what?
Harry
Let me just
later
stop
once
there for a sec. Getty Images caught an official photo too of Harry going in for the nipple grab. I have it. I'll send it to your WhatsApp so you can share it.
Let's look at it.
once again touches another person inappropriately. Harry caresses this man's chest after inappropriately touching this little one right here. Anyone who has younger children knows you touch around a child's waist or their back, not the chest area of a little girl. This is so utterly creepy and gross. And I'm just saying this, but Harry needs to learn to keep his goddamn hands to himself. Harry's behavior is that of a predator who knows he can go around molesting others and gets away with it because why? Because he's a prince, which makes it even more disgusting. What I find absolutely appalling here is that nobody in the media is calling out Harry's predatory Chester the molester type behavior. Harry enjoys horseplay with other men. Harry has been caught on video multiple times being overly friendly with men and touching them in a manner that would get any other man clocked in the face. But you know what's interesting? I have never seen Harry be handsy or touchy with his own wife. Have any of you seen that? Interesting, isn't it?
Well, why would, and I'm going to show you this, Andrew, thanks for sending the picture. This is the one that you were talking about, but we're going to go back to this thing. This is Meghan. This is the guy right here.
Oh yeah, this is what I told Molly when we were on the next live. I want to hear about this crap.
Yeah, Andrew doesn't know about this.
He
doesn't know that Meghan was sneaking into seats to like bounce around and get closer to Chelsea Davy, and this girl was asking for proof to see if she was supposed to be actually sitting there.
I didn't know that part. I didn't know that.
Look at if you go over to the blonde in the striped dress, you can look at her face. Her face is like, oh, and then the blonde next to her is like, ha ha. Like
she's showing the ticket. Oh, that's true. She's showing the ticket. Like saying,
it looks like the brunette with the off the shoulder who's turned to Meghan and is like asking for the proof. And Meghan, look at her face, like about to scratch someone's eyeballs out.
And then the guy behind her can smell her.
Yeah.
I'm looking for that because I remember that I like that thing. About the 4 pictures that where Meghan is like people are smelling her and she's I wish I didn't like so many things about Cristiano because I have to go through a ton shit of things before I get to Cristiano. I love him, but let me see. Here it is. I think I got it because they show 4 instances because Cressida Bonas was there, right? And Harry was still heartbroken over her, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct? Am I getting it wrong or correct? There was still dating.
He invited her to his wedding.
Yeah.
Did she go though? Chelsea Davy was there, but did
Cressida, Chelsea and Cressida? He invited both. He invited both of them.
Yeah, but I can't remember if Cressida showed up. I remember seeing Chelsea.
She did go. She did go. If I remember correctly, she did go. Here's Angela Levin saying he hated it. Prince Harry blasted for standing frozen during British national anthem. I mean, what do you guys think of it?
That was dumb. They should have played the American anthem for them.
You think so? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't even know why they played any anthem. I mean, they're just.
I thought that anthem thing made it look more like a royal tour. To be honest with you,
yeah,
that's what I thought.
I found the thing. I'm gonna share it with you guys. Okay, I'm gonna show with you guys. Here it is. Is that the one? No, this is a different one. I'm gonna show you that. I found the tweet. With all the times that this person. This is Meghan Markle. This is the guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right here. And then here. And then here.
Oh, terrible.
They all look horrified of being with her, you know.
She probably uses natural deodorant.
Oh, God, I mean, and this is a doll. I'm sorry. This is a doll.
100%. 100% it is. She never changed or fed that thing. And it never made a goddamn noise either. Nothing.
Yeah.
At that age.
This guy's looking like he doesn't believe this shit. I really do believe that he can see that that's a fake.
Those two are wondering why the hell this crazy broad is walking around with a doll in the park. That's why Catherine and her kids had nothing to do with it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Catherine didn't interact with her at all.
Not at all. Nothing. Nothing at all.
That is absolutely true, Molly.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, but I have a feeling that things are gonna end up pretty rough with Nigeria, to tell you the truth. I think because Nigerians are not very happy what's happened. They're not apologizing for. Oh, this is the one. Did you see this? Megan can't understand why everyone is picking on her because of the arrow.
Mm-hmm.
Did you read
Yeah.
that, guys?
Yeah, I just read that.
Yeah, I reported that story a couple days ago. It's ridiculous. She wants everyone to bow at the altar of Meghan Markle.
Coddle her, feel sorry for
Mhm.
her failures. Who cares?
But she's a stupid moron, really, guys. But
It's
anyways,
funny. It's entertaining for us, and she provides content for us. So
where do you think she's gonna go? Because they are planning the second tour within a month and a half.
probably, I don't know, when is Earthshot happening in South Africa?
November.
November.
November. Maybe they'll go there first.
No, because they're planning on going somewhere else within 2 months.
Well, maybe they'll go to South Africa. That's what I'm saying. Maybe they'll go there first before William gets there in November. Show that they can do it better than William.
That's the
really.
thing that I'm noticing is that they want to like when a dog pisses to mark territory. So they
Yeah.
want to go to as many places. So they ruin it for William and they can compare things because the difference is that the people in Nigeria, and I've said it before, the people in Nigeria they were government employees who probably they were owed months' wages and they're told to go and they're going to get a per diem, which is a lot more just for showing up and looking sycophantic. I see it here all the time. Okay, so these were very well controlled crowds. You, Andrew, had that video about them through the fence, and then you have only the sycophants that were allowed to go through the fence, but the press didn't show.
Yeah. They would never. They would never. They I think there has to be something said about the way that the press turns a blind eye to what Meghan and Harry do negatively, and everything that William and Catherine do is spotlighted and magnified. So it was back in January when I told Ron on the live. I said, to me, what it seems like is these people are taking direction from the people that pay them. Um, I do think that Meghan pays the media in one way, shape, or form. And also, we do know that journalists, they are notorious for being left wing, and that's all over the world. And we do know that left wing people are anti monarchists. So there's a possibility that it could be a simple anti monarchist. So the way that we call out Meghan for everything she does, the people that are journalists and the people in the media, they hate the monarchy, so they're going to call out anything that the royal family does, and they will magnify it 100 times. But when you look at the treatment that Catherine gets, right? We just proved that Harry photoshopped his hair on People magazine. Did anybody talk about that? Did Jack Royston write an entire piece about Harry, about Masan Harriman photoshopping Harry's hair? No, nobody did, as a matter of fact.
And they're not
So
getting any field notice either on the photos.
Yeah, anything like that. So I think that there is an absolute connection between the media and Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. Whether that connection is that these left-wing journalists are in fact anti-monarchist, or that Meghan and Harry are paying them directly somehow.
Yeah, and you know what, Marianne Dixon, that is true. That is true. He's been seen bruised and he's had a few scratches, and but it's a hell of his own making. I don't feel sorry for him, because he's nasty. What he's done is very nasty. But isn't it amazing that Meghan, who preaches about gender equity and LGBT, I don't know what the letters are, LGBTQI or whatever, and then they go to Nigeria, one of the countries where being gay is still is a criminal offense, when girls, she talks about girl empowerment, where girls are being consistently kidnapped and raped, and forced into sex trade and stuff like that. And they're all praising and bringing Invictus there. Do you think that they're going to bring Invictus? I don't think so after all this mess.
No, definitely not. It was just a grift session for them. That's it. It was
Because
just
they said that was the first of many visits, but I don't think there's going to be the first of many visits because Meghan Markle must be really pissed.
Well, considering that they are going to open that Invictus Center for veterans, that is also probably another reason that they were there. But as far as the actual games, that's a long shot to me. I don't think they would do that there.
This is People Magazine. Look at this. You don't see it. Thing. You don't see it with anybody else. She has an intro, and this is basically the articles that they have. The double date night, but they only post pictures of them when they were in Jamaica or something. How Meghan Markle celebrates 6th wedding anniversary following Africa trip. A Meghan Markle and Prince Harry wedding album. How Meghan Markle and the WTO Director General, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, bonded during the pandemic. Exclusive. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry appear in new footage from. This is the one that you say that he's talking about. The Invictus thing, that he was moved to tears by that. How California Governor, what did you guys make? We didn't talk about this. What did you guys make of this? Gavin Newsom.
I have an unpopular opinion on that one.
Go for it.
I think that this
Andrew
shows.
starts. I gotta run though. I gotta go pick up my
Okay,
kid.
we're gonna go soon. Okay, sweetie, thank you for
Sorry,
joining.
guys. Okay,
Bye.
bye. Bye.
Just give
Stay
me your
safe
quick.
out there.
Give me
I
your
think
quick.
that I think that this shows the kind of power this woman has. She obviously has these friends that can make a phone call to someone like Gavin Newsom, one of the most corrupt governors in the history of America, and this man will come out and speak for them based on whatever the actual contact was. Whether Meghan and Harry called him, whether he was called by a donor, it really doesn't matter what it is. In my view, and a lot of people have disagreed with this because they want to, bring her down a peg and make her look like some normal whore. But I personally feel like if you can get a corrupt governor like Gavin Newsom to support you and your scam charity, I think that shows power. And I think that
Absolutely.
people need to get off of this notion that these two people have no power and that they're just losers and that they're going to fade away one day. You have to look at that and you have to see that this man, the governor of California, came out after a report about a friggin' check that they didn't send because they did some kind of whatever. They probably just forgot. Or,
No, it wasn't
some
the
kind
check.
of
It wasn't
simple
the
shit.
check. This is the misconception. It wasn't the check. It was the records. And the
Yeah.
funny thing is, Andrew, they had asked for an extension. They had asked for an extension because they had until April 2023 to hand in the records for 2022 from this January 1st till December 31st, and they asked for an extension. So that thing that the check got lost or the records were lost, no, because they themselves asked for an extension and they were granted that extension, and they were supposed to hand in the records in April 2024 along with the 2023 records. When they didn't hand in the records, automatically the system generates a letter, which is what they were sent.
Yeah. And that's why something as simple as that, you look at that and that right there, the fact that just because of some kind of thing with their with, like you said, the delinquency, just because of that, they got this man to speak for them. I take these two I know I call them morons all the time. I take these two people very seriously. I think they have some serious connections, and I think a lot of people need to get out of that notion where these two people are just normal douchebags and they don't have any power. I truly believe that these people have power. I do. And
Absolutely.
I take them seriously.
You know what? I agree with it. I think that they're both idiots, but the people who are
Yeah, but they're
using them
idiots
have
with
powers.
connections.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. There are useful idiots to some people who have serious power. And the reason, this is just my thing, the reason why they wanted the Archwell, these people wanted the Archwell Foundation cleared up quickly is because, that Harry and Meghan need to be sent to places on behalf of Archwell. So if the foundation is delinquent, they can't justify going abroad on behalf of for Archwell. They can't use it as a front. That's just my take. This is why they needed to that thing quickly, because they're planning their next thing is based on Archwell, and apparently it's to another country where the United States and the United Kingdom have serious interest in.
Yeah, we'll see where that is.
Yeah. Well, I know where it is. But thanks for being here, sweetie. We're an hour and a half. I will see you at the Royal Mess on Friday. Please don't go subscribe to Andrew and Megan Small. We need to get them to 100,000. I love their content and they're kick-ass, and we have to be in an amazing community. And on Friday, I'm gonna be I did an interview with the Vintage Read, so I hope you get to watch it, okay? And I hope you comment because I'm gonna have so many haters.
Yeah, get him, Paula.
So but yeah, so thank you very much for coming. Go subscribe to Andrew.
Oh
We
yeah.
love him. You're hot. We love good looking guys. But
Thank
thank
you.
you very much, guys, and have a great Wednesday.
Okay, we'll see you on Friday. Bye.
Gorgeous. Thank you very much, guys, for coming here. And yes, please go subscribe to Megan Small and to Andy's. It's just Megan, Megan Small channel, and Andrew's 88 POV 88. Show support, watch and view all the videos. Even if you don't want to hear, just play it until it finishes and watch all the ads because that really helps. So thank you very much, guys, and I will see you tomorrow at the Royals News Flash with Ron, and we are going to be talking to that sugar. I, I don't think I'm going to say very much because what can I argue with this? There's not even a debate. I mean, what do you guys think? I know some of you watch me on the Royal Mess, on the Royal Live News show. I can't remember the name of the thing, but I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to. We'll see what happens tomorrow. And yes, thank you very much for coming, guys. And thanks for all your help. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Go watch the video I posted yesterday about Harry getting the hell beat up. And thank you very much, guys. Have a great day.